Hi, gorgeous ones. How are you? I hope you've had a fabulous, fabulous week. A lot of intensity and a lot of change going on for those that are in alignment with truth, let's say. Peace, love, joy, glory. Glory's my word of the day. I've got my vision's a bit weird at the moment, but hopefully I'll be fine. Lots of light things, lots of light thing going on, which happens to me sometimes, but it's good. It's all good. A little bit more shuffling, so I'm a bit excited this week because I'm starting a new thing where I'm just going to ask the cards. We're just going to ask the cards questions. And I'm going to start with the first question. And then if you have a question you would like to ask the cards about anything, please comment below with a question. And I will endeavour to, well, I will choose one and every week answer a question with the cards. So if you're after the masculine and feminine reading on Vimeo, that's available now. And the question I have is about the importance of sound in terms of alignment, aligning with our destiny, because that has been coming to me very, very strongly recently. So I just want to see what the cards have to say about why it's important. Now, particularly, in particular now, and in general. Yeah, so let's just see why it's important. So, the usual, shuffle, split. I want to do this actually. And let's see. Okay, it's for clarity. Okay, interesting. So this is the bottom of the deck we have for this question is the Queen of Swords. So the reason why, oh, I just want to point out I've got these lovely, I believe that crystals also have it's all a vibrational universe, and I was just drawn to the crystals and I haven't used them for a while in the video. So I was kind of thinking, oh, there's definitely, it's all vibration. It's all vibration. The power of sound vibration is that it has the ability to pierce, to cut through. So this sword, it's also very pertinent for the feminine right now in terms of cutting through to truth, cutting through to clarity. It's really about truth. It's about speaking our truth. It's about really connecting to the core, piercing to the core. The word I have is pierce. So sound can pierce through the environment. It's like a laser. When you can understand the way that sound works, and focus it and understand how to use it, it can be used like a laser, and it can give us incredible clarity. More and more and more and more. Ironically for me, because I seem to have a lot of words, I'm being guided and understanding much more that the power of silence, the power of sound, the power in the subtle world. This is all about the subtle world. And I would actually tell you, beware of those that are telling you what is and what isn't in the subtle world. Because that doesn't exist. But the whole point is that the subtle world is about what I am now beginning to call pre-consciousness, which is before we become conscious of anything. So we can't know what it is. It's before we've put it into a story. Therefore, it's a very creative force. It's a creative place, and we know this. What sound does and what vibration does is it affects us. It affects us physically. You know, we are animals, we are mostly water. And if you look at the way that sound affects water, vibration, water is a very useful tool to see how sound can, you know, affect it, and or any movement, any vibration, basically. And also, I just got that, much like an ocean, you can just, there's a drop in the ocean, maybe a tiny drop, and then the ripples come out further. And the same is for sound. And also that the more people come together in a vibration, the bigger that is, and the bigger that ripple effect is. So really it's about clarity, it's about truth, and it's about cutting through to beyond the mind, which is kind of ironic for these swords, because the swords can be about the mind, but actually it's about clarity. What I feel like this sword energy is about clarity. So especially for the feminine as well, because it's showing up as a queen, but not only on the feminine side and in the feminine energy. Sound is how we pierce through to our truth beyond the mind. And that's why it's so powerful. And that's why I'm doing sound vibration meditations now. I've always actually been and recommended to people that they do there are binaural kind of meditations. They're always the ones that kind of, you know, the ones that trigger certain brainwave patterns. They're very powerful. But there's something about the organic nature of and the live nature of I've got our singing bowls. That for me personally, and I know what works for me will work for others, is a very powerful, it's just very powerful. It's like I can go into a very deep state very, very, very fast. And just connect to this energy of love. Because I believe that the language of the universe is love. Truly, truly is love. And when we cut through, and when we pierce through everything we think or everything we think we know, when we just relax all of that, it's like this vibration holds the kind of the truth before we believe anything. And for that reason, that's why it's very powerful. Also, I'm getting with this sword, it literally can cut, and I'm drawn back to, you know, the structures in ancient civilizations where we don't quite understand. I do believe that sound and vibration of different types was understood, and that's how we could create, basically technology was born from that. It's almost as though it's like a note. When you tune into a note, whatever exists in that note kind of has to come into being. It really does. It's like a tool to literally mold the physical reality with. And that, I keep looking at that sword, and it's like you can slice through things. It slices through and creates, you know, parts the waves. And in terms of twin flame and twin flame story, just to kind of link that in, I really do, it's the closest we can get to ourselves, the closest we can get to union with ourselves. And the vision I have is like it's like this parting of the waves, this parting of the sea. It whatever barriers or blocks there seem to be, whatever if there seems to be some distance, some ocean between where you are and where you want to be, it will literally part those waves. And that's why it's so powerful. And thank you very much, because that's why I've been drawn to it so intensely recently. Yeah, so I also just wanted to offer at the end of this a poem, a Ruby poem. I got this lovely book of poetry. Rumi wrote so much, and it's a vast library of work, which is wonderful because we can keep finding more and more and more. And so we have this: lovers in their right mind. Moments of happiness come to lovers in their right mind. We may seem like two to the world's veiled vision, but we are one when our souls' ways meld in silence. You know that I am not telling you anything new. I am just chanting this refrain for my and the sky's enjoyment. Look, the water of life comes from us. It can flow from our eyes so naturally, like a perennial spring that blesses the earth with its expanding, constant, nourishing embrace. The thoughts of you and I, of difference, have dissolved in the beauty of being, in an emerald courtyard, ever present in the present. We inspire the birds. Their songs are a lovely gossip we created. Anyone with warm blood in them cannot help but fall under a fine spell our wings and sounds cast. And we should exploit any smitten by our charm for their own good. The stars are on the lookout, hunting. They are searching for people like us. So why should we hide? We should reveal our love and offer them something. Grant pointers and hints for everyone's vital pursuit of romance and connection. And we will show them, why not, some wondrous, agile, perfected feats. We will invite any creature to spend the night with us, and of course, never change any being seeking union with another form. The thin crescent moon is your necklace now. It offers itself as adornment when the body completely unfastens itself, removes the stitches from every seam and boundary, leaving only a radiant core behind that can ignite any wick that has gone out. Go beyond the effects of idle or cruel speculation if it is ever aimed at you. An ant's ways, what it can do to alter the true majesty of our Himalayan nature. Heaven will raise a toast to us. That is easy to say, for it does to everyone. It just can't stop. It knows we are God's royal heirs. But besides that, look at our great loveliness at every stage of evolution and inner glorious unfoldment. A rare, nutrient laughter. Find a way to give us that, dear ones. It will waft between the poles. It will help balance all thoughts, acts, and tears. For only one reason you labour, so that one day you and all can cease all labour. And then just marvel, be astonished at any object moving or scent, finally recognizing, realizing that there is nothing more you could possibly want than what you have right now. Moments of happiness. Moments of happiness come to lovers, lovers in their right mind. I love you dearly. One heart. Again, if you want the masculine, feminine energy reading for this week, the link is in the description below. I'm going to be doing that now. And I will be holding a meditation, a sound meditation, for all those interested in living their destiny, their highest possible truth and destiny. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. Thank you for getting all the way to the end. Join me if you feel next week. If you haven't seen me before, please do subscribe. Make sure that all my impulses to share get to you, because they can happen at any time. And interesting things are afoot. If you have a question you would like me to ask the cards to answer, please put it in the comments below. Yes, a new way I would like to use the cards. So, lots and lots of love. Namaste. Have a beautiful, beautiful week. And I shall see you next week or sooner. Lots of love. And there is a brand new integrated masculine feminine united reading spread this week, which I have been trying to feel into for a while, but it's amazing. It's understanding that there are two people, two energies, but it's also very united in one energy. It's been something I've been wanting to explore. It's the most fun I've had for a long time with the cards, and really talks about what's going on this week with the masculine and feminine together and apart. That's what I love about it. It's understanding that we really are together and apart always. So check it out if you feel so guided, and I'll see you there in a second.